And that means it's time to hit the button. Yeah, the Stream Deck over here is really cool. Now I don't got to point and click and fumble my way around. I got a Stream Deck over here, which the kid programmed the buttons, and then they were all the buttons look the same. So he put little pictures on each one, so I know what I'm doing. And then that helps me a ton. Yeah, just hiring the handicap. That's me. That's why they get a tax break here at Gen X Talks for hiring the handicap. What do we have in here? And over between the sheets, we have Gen X Mom between the sheets this morning. Good morning, world. It's Monday. Now, it's Monday morning for some of us. It's Monday evening. You've already gone through the day. You've already been beat up. You have your bruises. You're licking your wounds. You grabbed a pint, and you're sitting back. Now, that's welcome to it. But some of us are just getting going. Yeah. Some of us we can't fight the day with alcohol. We have to fight the day with refrigerated Hawaiian water. That's what we got. All right. Anthony Cap, welcome to Bottom of the Glass Nation. Anthony, now his name I think went by right when we logged in. I mean, like as soon as it came on, the dude said, "I'm a member," and he's in. Anthony, if you're still hanging out, Anthony Cap 7, welcome to Bottom of the Glass Nation. Appreciate you hanging out, stopping by. What else is in here? Let me check the sheets before we get going. I don't want to get yelled at. All right. H. Wilson, happy holidays from Hawaii. Now, there's someone getting going early on the day. Tony says, dang, I'm in Vegas now. I have to come back for the 13th. Yeah, you need to come back January 13th, Friday the 13th, January, less than a month away. We are going to be in Las Vegas at a meet and greet, Red Rock Casino. Go to the website, check it out. There should be a few people there, probably 6 or 7 of you going to show up and have a drink and tell some stories and have a good time. It's free. Just got to show up. That's right. It's in the afternoon, like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. I'm just supposed to show up, which is what I do best. Arbot, member for 6 months from South Africa. Arbot is our dude down there. Arbot, like, he takes that whole continent and it's his. Nobody else chimes in from there but him. So when we plant a flag for Gen X Talks for representation, he's got the whole continent. Eddie Bombay, Stream Deck, gotta love that technology, but it's enough technology that makes it easy. There's some technology that confuses the shit out of me, but I'm good with this one, as long as it's set up for me. All right. What am I missing here? All right, moving on up. I think I'm through the sheets for the most part. Let me get back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's Monday, and we got a live show to do. Let's start with the most important thing for the world to know. Let's all remember very quickly, there's only 5 more shopping days until my birthday. I know some of you are putting it off, but I want you to remember 2 rules. It's never too late, and spare no expense. You know you love shopping and spending a lot of money. It feels good when you spend a big chunk of money. Well, in this particular case, it would go over very well with the general. Yeah, you go ahead and spend whatever you think is fair. I will not judge you. I will not. All right. Yes, it's my birthday. It's coming up. Don't knock me until you've tried me. Michigan Jackrabbit, member for 3 months, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Now I'm surprised you hung around, my man. It seems like you might be too smart for this crowd, but I'm glad you're settling in nicely. Thanks for hanging out. Who are all the names that are in here? I see a lot of, I'd like to see the white names, but I see a lot of green names. Theoria of God. I read that when it went by. I give thanks today. Manifest under grace is the perfect way by providence, divine right, joy, and love. That's good. Not exactly if you're just like blanket policing all of us with that. I'm okay with that. But there's a nice sentiment there. Mrs. Four is in. Chush. Johnny Red. Mrs. Four again. ABC. Ashley Beth Crawford is here. Come on. Kid brother Joey stopped by today. I can see him in there. Callie Cat's there again. Callie Cat said she liked part of the new intro. The intro was a complete waste of time if you guys didn't even notice it. Because I know when you get in here, you guys are grabbing your socks and you're throwing your robe on, putting your hair up in curlers and tying it in a ponytail if you need to, and you're grabbing the coffee, you're running around, you're trying to sit down. You're not really watching the intro. And the intro is only there as background music so that you guys can say hello to each other and get settled in. Now, see, that's appropriately correct. That's consideration from a seasoned broadcast veteran. I don't just flip the switch and start running my mouth. Can you imagine if it was like Good Morning Vietnam and all I did was turn it on and say, all right, here we go. We're going to talk about this in a little bit. You guys would be like, whoa, 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 whoa. We need to settle, ease us into this. All right, baby steps. Not everybody just jumps into the swimming pool to see what the temperature is. All right. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. You got to just go and see and do, but the thing is you guys get to have a little time amongst yourselves, a little time to unpack, open your eyes, say good morning to each other. You know what I'm saying? You don't just come to the breakfast campfire at 6 a.m. and start kicking logs in the fire. You got to sit down, you got to relax, you nod, a lot of nodding at people from across the room like this, a lot of hand gestures. You don't just start screaming. So that 6 or 7 minutes gives you guys time to acclimate. You're welcome. Arbot 50, the flag will get stolen so quickly here. Arbot says you put a flag down there in South Africa to claim your stake and it's gone. Loud one, Detroit to Nashville southbound and loading from Nashville for Vegas. Stay toasty, everyone. God, I tell you. It's a good thing truckers get paid by the mile because they seem to be driving an awful lot, if you know what I mean. Takasawa member for 3 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Merry Christmas to all at Gen X Talks. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. We all appreciate the acknowledgement. Who's swinging a blue wrench? Did I see somebody already swinging a blue wrench in here this morning? Hope it's not in a bad way. Who was that? I'm scrolling up the comments, scrolling. Oh, Trippy Pineapple's in here. I don't see. Whoa. Wow, she's limping across here, interrupting. Okay, yeah, hi, how are you? I'm good. What do you want? Low Torque's in, and he's not a moderator? Oh, no, look at Low Torque in, and he's green. He's not blue. Would you like him to? Well, fuck that guy. Well, let's be Gen X Mom is limping around the house. Let's be fair, Gen X Mom. Low Torque's in here. Has he complained about not being a moderator? He's not blue, is he? He's green in here, right? Yeah, he's green. He hasn't complained. He said, it's okay. I don't got to be a moderator. If you guys don't need me to be one, it's fine. My name's Low Torque, and I'm on staff here, but I'm just a janitor, so it's okay if you don't want me to be a moderator. I probably don't need to be one anyway. Do I need to be a moderator to clean shit up? It's all right. I'll just go back over here to my desk. If you guys need me, just holler at me. That's Low Torque. Now you guys know. Oh, I love Low Torque. You know, the bad part is Low Torque lives so close to me. Literally. He's like, I don't know, what is it, a mile and a half? If I go too far sideways, that dude can come knock on my door. Bang, 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 bang. Because he's done that before. If I open up the front door, he go, hey, man, I don't appreciate you making fun of me like that. My voice doesn't sound like that, and I'm really not. But if that's the way you want it, it's okay. I just want to be part of things, man. I'll go ahead and get my car to your driveway. I got to go. Oh, there's Low Torque. Yes, Low Torque is supposed to be a moderator. He's part of the Brady Bunch. If you saw the intro, he's part of the staff. All right, get it. Okay, I'm not going to go over there right now. I'm going to do my stuff. I get sidetracked all the time. Watch this. With the push of a button, we go to some stuff I want to talk about. Now, this is a world show. Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time, we do a world show. This is where I explain my country to you guys, and you explain your country to me. I get a lot of information. I'm hoping I'm passing along a lot, and it's not a soundbite. This isn't something that This isn't something that we do where we write stuff down and we're like trying to give you a headline. No. This is not headline news. This is street level. This is looking out my front door. Do you want to know what's really going on? I can tell you what's really going on. So I'm going to talk about a couple things here. Let's talk about this one first. Just article I ran across the news. Dutch Prime Minister apologizes for the country's historical role in the slave trade. Why? I mean, we do this all the time. We get it. The world was fucked up back then. A lot of people were doing stuff they weren't supposed to do. I get it. Almost all the world got past it. There's some people that are still fucking stuck doing stupid shit. But civilized countries, we move on. We get past it. We apologize for what we did. We've even paid reparations. We've tried to make things right, which is what you do. You know, you apologize and you move on, right? Isn't that what the gig is? So, and especially we get hung up. I don't know how you guys are in your countries, but how we are is we get hung up on that. It's like, all right, let's have a big moment. Every TV station, every news organization, let's do this all at once here. Let's put it out there. America had slavery. We were wrong. It was horrible. We apologize. We'll never do it again. We squashed it. We've evolved. We've moved on. Here's some money. I know it's not much, but it's part of our apology. Are we good? We're good. Now, in every other area of life, that would be it. That you're done. You've done the right thing. You've recognized how you fucked up. You've apologized and you moved on. Wouldn't you agree? Unless you're married, because then your wife brings that shit up all the time and you never get rid of it. But except not slavery. It's every year or two in my country, somebody comes up and says, hey, man, slavery and shit. All right, we're sorry. We moved on. We moved past it. We apologize. We fucked up. Here's some money. We don't do that anymore. Can we move on? Yeah, we're good. 2 years later, hey, man, slavery and shit. It's like, fuck. Do you just enjoy bringing this up? Because I don't get why. All right, we'll try again. We're sorry. We fixed it. We moved on. We corrected it. And you know what's funny about that? And this is just in my country. I don't know if it's like this where you guys are at. Is that there's hypocrisy that no one's really pointing out. And I want to touch on it real quick. So there's certain people that will say, hey, you can't run for political office. You have a past. You've done some shit. And the person can say, well, yes, I fucked up. I did some shit and I corrected it and I moved on. Isn't that what you wanted? Well, yeah, that's what our goal is. We want to expose you and bring you down. Wait. Do you want to expose me to bring me down? To hurt me, to crush me? Or are you doing this so that I will apologize and become a better person? Which is it? Because now all of a sudden, if they admit to you, well, we want you to apologize and we want you to become a better person. We want you to correct your ways and we don't want you to think that way. Okay, so can I go ahead and run for political office now? Well, no, of course not. You made a huge mistake back there. You said a bad word or you did something. You're out. Well, then why am I apologizing? What's the point? I thought I was trying to be a better person so I can get on with my life. That was what you said. You said you need to apologize. You need to change your ways. You need to be a better person. Okay, I do. And it's kind of funny in my country, this is the United States of America, what they do is they find a person they do not want to run for office or be in charge of a company, and they can look at it and say, wow, you said some fucked up shit. You corrected it. It's been 20 years. You've been living a good life for 20 years. You're definitely a changed man. And you would think that's what they want. They accomplished their goal, right? We're good. You think they would hold this person up and go, now, this is what we're looking for right here. Everybody needs to apologize and change their ways, but they don't. They find something that someone did 20-some years ago, and it doesn't matter that if you've apologized, it doesn't matter if you've changed your ways, they'll still crush you. Even though they pretend that's really what they want. That's the end goal. And our country's the same way. They pretend in my country, all right, apologize for slavery, fix slavery, move on from slavery, and pay reparations, and we're good. Now, you think we've accomplished the goal. We did what they wanted. We squashed it. We're hundreds of years past it. No. It'll come up again. Yep, the hypocrisy in my country runs deep. All right. So, yeah, that started with the Dutch guy talking about them doing the same thing. And don't worry, he'll be in the news next year doing the same thing, or 2 years later. Hey, so here's one. There's a couple from the UK. How many of you guys, raise your hand if you're in the UK? This one, this is a good one. The headline grabbed me. It says, UK government admits it's inappropriate to argue the Bible is offensive in a case against a Christian street preacher. So that's what people were trying to do. The gist of the story is they're coming after the guy going, I don't want to hear you talk about Christianity, man. I don't want to hear you talk about the Bible. It's offensive to me, and it shouldn't be allowed on the street. You cannot stand on the street corner, screaming obscenities, in the Bible. It's terrible. Yeah, what happened to freedom of speech? What happened to freedom of religion? So they go after this guy, and the court says, You can't use that. You can't say the Bible's offensive, and so we're going to go after this dude. You can't do that. Because would it work the other way? Would it work in any other situation? This actually made it all the way to the end of the court where they had to decide and say that the court had to go, okay, we're squashing this. They listened. It was an argument. It was admitted. It wasn't even dismissed in the beginning like, get the fuck out of here. You can't say that shit. Come on, throw this case out. No. It went all the way to fruition on that. What if somebody filed a lawsuit against Muslims? What if somebody said, you're Hinduism is offensive and you can't talk about it? Do you think it would have even gone to court? Would it even have made it there? No, of course not. It'd have been thrown out going, no, we're not going to rile up the whole Muslim population. You just, if you got a problem, if you think it's offensive, you deal with it on your end and shut up and go home. But it's white male religion primarily, predominantly. I mean, and that's not, but it's Christianity, it's Catholicism. It's like, it's part of the establishment, and we better give this a shot, a fair shake in court. They shouldn't have. Should have just thrown it out with the rest of them, but it doesn't. But hey, United Kingdom, you did good there. I'm on your side. Here's another one. Now, this one starts out one way and goes the other. This one's in London, too. And the headline, I don't like the headline. Museum caves to woke crowd and renames the Christmas exhibit. And this is that museum. I read it was the Joffrey Museum. Been there for 200 years or 100 some years or 110 years something. And the headline says, so I'm like, I go, that and another establishment is business caves to the woke movement. I was mad. I don't like that when people just blindly cave to a certain group because they all right, we'll give in. But that's kind of what it was a little bit. If you guys have read that story, it was about changing a Christmas exhibit. The Museum of the Home is what they renamed this thing, and it talks about living life for the past 100 years. And from what I gathered, because I scanned through some other stuff about the museum, I dig it from what I could see from the outside. And this is over in London. I wouldn't mind looking at this. I wouldn't mind walking through here. But they changed what was traditionally a Christmas exhibit to a winter type of exhibit. Now, there are people in my country that are hardcore, God damn it, you're changing American tradition, man. Every tradition is going. I agree with some of that. I just don't with this. I'm kind of okay with the change. They changed our public school system a long time ago. It used to be when I was growing up, it was Christmas break, Christmas break, Christmas break. You got 2 weeks off for Christmas break. It was always Christmas break. And then somewhere around the late 90s, I guess it was, mid-2000s, they cemented the idea of winter break. All right, well, and people were mad. You're taking away the American traditions. I didn't mind that too much. It was like, well, it's a Christmas break for some of us. It's maybe it's a Hanukkah break for others, and maybe it's no religious break for some. All right, just change it to winter. I was okay with that. I know you guys are going to lose respect. There's a bunch of you going, oh, God damn it, General, you just caved. I didn't cave. I'm telling you my opinions. You guys know that I don't always side with the ultra right every single time. I do not. I'm a grown-ass man with my brain, and it works, and I have my own opinion. I didn't mind in public schools in California and in my country when they changed to winter. I didn't think that was a significant change. I don't mind. Now, I'm not in London. You guys have to be upset by this or not be upset. I wasn't in London, but this was, this here was changing from a Christmas exhibit to a winter exhibit. I think within that winter exhibit, you could show some Christmas things. Could you not? I just don't think that part matters. Now, on the flip side, I'll give you something that I'm very mad about in my country on this very topic. When you go to a department store or you're at the mall or you're doing something and a person working behind the counter says, Merry Christmas, they are now mandatory. You will only say Happy Holidays because you're going to be offensive to people. So you will say Happy Holidays, which is the most neutral thing you can say. Why am I against that? Because you're changing the person's who's speaking their core belief. You're changing who they are. And you're not trying to be offensive towards anybody. And most rational people, even if they don't like Christmas, they are opposed to Christmas. Christmas is not part of any type of their religion at all. They're genuinely, if they're average, normal, everyday people, they're not going to get offended when someone says Merry Christmas. In fact, maybe they'll reply with Happy Holidays because that's their choice. That bothers me because that's an individual person's choice to express their belief on their way of thinking about that day. That bothers me. Well, you're representing our company and it's like, oh, well, what if I was Mexican? Should I paint myself white to be neutral because I'm representing your company? I think that's full of shit. I think a person should be their color. I think they should be their religion. I think they should be their beliefs. I think there is some conformity and restraints to within looking appropriate, at the job you're doing. I get that. There's the business does have some opportunities to say, well, we're trying to create an image, but I do not think a personal religious belief on an individual level should be curtailed. Now, if you guys want to change it at the museum, make it a winter display with Christmas things inside of it. We take a winter break now in public schools, and we have Christmas elements inside of our winter break, along with all sorts of other elements. Do you get what I'm saying? You following along? Good. I'm glad you're coming along with me on that. Stand by. Got to hydrate. Got to put down that cough before it begins. Having too much fun. Didn't mean to sound like George Bush Sr., but all right. All right, so before I move on, let me go back over here. Between the sheets, Arbot, we have 4 hours left on our Monday. Well, Arbot, since there's only 4 hours left on your Monday, I'll fucking hurry, all right? I'll talk double fast just for you, buddy. Let's get it all in. Michigan Jap Grab, a member for 3 months. We talked about him already. Cheers, cheers. Happy early birthday, General. I have to update my CC info. Been a member for a while. Yeah, you do. You got to do that. Get Disney Kid. The Disney Kid had start over. The Disney Kid, a package for the family is on its way. Yeah, why do you got to say that shit? Why can't you just say, there's a package for you, General. Don't share it with anybody. Oh, no, we got to do the whole family. We're all equal around here, whatever. Deepak, where the fuck have you been, Deepak? I have been I had some shit that I wanted to talk about. I had some things that could have been longer segments over the past 2 or 3 weeks, but you weren't around, Deepak. So I had to shorten them up and skip over them because they were Irish stuff, man. Ah, Deepak, man, you letting me down. I love you, brother, but you're letting me down. Deepak, member for 7 months, bottom of the Glass Nation, says, hi, all. Dwayne Cage, just want to say thank you. I get such great laughs of truth from your videos. I am the oldest 35-year-old ever, raised by Midwest grandparents. Truly thank you for these videos and these live talks. Well, Dwayne, you're welcome for the lives, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't like the ambush videos. I'm glad you like them, but they just make me look like an arrogant ass all the time. Not that I mind that. It's just that it's a little repetitive. Every time I look like the ass, he looks like the inquisitive, son just trying to reach for knowledge, and I'm squashing him down. All right, there might be a little truth to that. No more apologies. Yeah, Grizzly, a member for 8 months, bottom of the Glass Nation. Grizzly is our number 2, second highest ranking guy over there in Israel. Yeah, he guards the border along with Tomash. For all of us here, the legion of extras that we are. Generation X, legion of extras. We got bottom of the Glass Nation. Our nation has borders, and Grizzly's over there protecting one of them for us. Thank you very much. Way, way, way on the Eastern Front. Grizzly says, hi, big guy. Missed you and all the repeat offenders. I got a lot on my plate lately. Sorry I don't send money, but I'm still a member. Love you. No, Grizzly, I just missed that you haven't been here. I just miss your name hasn't popped up. Don't worry about sending money, man. Things are fucked all over the world. Not everybody's got a couple bucks to throw out. You just keep being you, my friend. We're fine. Eddie Bombay, welcome. He's an extra. Eddie, did we finally get to you, Eddie? Did we finally get you? Did we finally trick you into applying? Did you pass the resume around the room and everybody agreed, checked all the boxes? All right. If the interview process is over and you've been accepted, Eddie Bombay, You're in the club. Polly72, Evening General at Gen X Talks. Much love from the UK. Polly, that's why I'm bringing up some UK stories, man. 2 right in a row from London. This is where you're supposed to respond. Tell me, I need to know what's going on with the museum. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? How about this thing with this pastor, the street pastor? Everybody on board with how the court ruled on that? This is UK stuff, man. This is where you guys are across the pond are supposed to have some insight for me. This is me bringing it up and asking you, does this sound right, or is there something I'm missing? You guys are there. The rest of us, we're not there. We're waiting on you guys. Michael Roeder, member for 8 months, Legion of X. Yes, I'm here, lurking in the background. You know, it's sticking in my brain. God, I hate when Michael Roeder lives in my brain rent-free. That bugs the shit out of me. But and I know you guys don't know how this works, but on an Android phone, on YouTube, when you go to the app, because we'll go scroll through the comments, you click on the app, and it brings up stuff, and you click on comments, and you can go through the comments. Pretty simple. However, on everybody's phone, I'm guessing, when you first click on your phone, it gives you like highlights. There's, news highlights, and there's messages you missed, and there's Twitter, whatever. There's one on there, Michael Roeder, in the beginning of his sentence, it was a comment. He just made a comment on a video. Don't even know where it was, but it was something intriguing, and I clicked on it, and it never, ever, ever, ever goes right to that comment. I have to go scrolling around anyway. Whatever he wrote, I couldn't find it, and it bugged the shit out of me because I was sure, I was certain, I was positive that it was something dumb that Michael Roeder was saying that I could roast his ass for, and I missed my chance. I feel cheated. I really do. Want you to know that. I feel cheated. T-Mobile, I don't like you. We were, T-Mobile bought out Sprint. I was a Sprint customer for like forever, since Sprint became Sprint. Yeah, and back before their colors were yellow, and then now T-Mobile took over, and I don't know, it's better, but there's just that one thing I don't like, so now I hate you. Concerned Canadian at Gen X Talks, greeting from Northern Ontario, Canada. Man, it's got to be cold up there. Phil Reith, member for 2 months. General, my daughter's birthday is also on Christmas. She's now in her 20s. What did your mom do to make it special for you? Nothing. I mean, in the middle of Christmas, after the festivities were well underway, if there was a few people, our house was a revolving door of people coming, relatives. We lived in the San Fernando Valley in L.A., so there was a lot of relatives. All the families, both sides of the families had grown up there. So there was, 60 people they would all kind of go to each other's houses on different holidays. On Christmas, ours was, we lived in Van Nuys, and ours was a mainstay. That's where everybody would get, it was a staple of where you went. So all day long, it was a revolving door of people. They'd come in and stay for a couple, 2 or 3 hours, and they'd leave. At some point in the mid-afternoon around 2 o'clock, there was probably 4 or 5 people there. My mom would bring out a cake. Hey, it's his birthday. Everybody sing happy birthday, blow it out. Here's a present. Let's get back to the festivities. She didn't ignore it. But it's not like she did on other birthdays that were just birthdays for my brothers, for my dad, for other members of the family. That was a big occasion. So nothing. And my relatives, as everyone who's born in December knows, my relatives would give me one present. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. It wasn't until I was in my 20s I started doing it to them. I don't care if their birthday was in July. I would write, Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. And they'd get their, well, why would you write that? My birthday's nowhere near Christmas. I said, so what? You did it to me, so I'm doing it to you. Who cares what the month is? You gave me one present for 2 occasions. Now you're getting it. And I started doing that to everybody. Every single. Do you think it changed anything? Not in my family. Not a goddamn thing. Nobody cared. All right. Where were we? Tomash is in here with $3. Tomash is the #1 guy over in Israel. Don A., welcome to being an extra. Don, thanks for chiming in, hanging out. You can't have your money back once you realize you made a mistake. You can unsubscribe next month, but this one you're stuck, buddy. Theory of God, thank you for sharing your life with YouTube. I enjoy your questions and answers. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Hey, Theoria of God, if you got a little in with the big man upstairs, I wouldn't mind you putting in a good word for me. I'm kind of a fuck up. So if you could kind of put in the good word that I'm not totally bad, maybe my conversation when I get there will be a little bit easier. Because that's going to happen. I mean, and just so you guys are clear, at the end of your life, when you die, you stand before God, and he's like, all right, so What was all that about? And we got to answer for that. And I got to tell you that I know people, friends of mine, that they live as perfect a life as they can. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they eat healthy, they exercise. When they arrive at the pearly gates, they're going to be standing there with their shirts ironed. There's no wrinkles in their slacks. They're going to have the same belt size on they did in high school. And their hair is going to be combed back and clean shaven to present themselves and answer those questions with God. That's how they're going to be. A lot of my friends are like that. Me, not so much. I kind of think I'm going to slide in sideways on a car that the engine's on fire, the tires are bald and popping, the brakes barely work, and my clothes are going to be smoking and full of, like I got out of a plane crash, as I walk up with my hair all a mess and black all over my face and toss St. Peter the keys and look at God and go, that was one hell of a ride, buddy. What's next? That's kind of the difference between me and my friends. So I kind of think that if God doesn't see the humor in that moment, I'm going to need a good word. So if you could put in one for me, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And when I slide in sideways on this car that's on fire, I won't park in the handicap spot. I promise. Never do that again. All right. So where were we? Power Stroke Syndicate member for 4 months. Now, you haven't chimed in a lot. You've been around, but Power Stroke hadn't said a bunch of stuff lately. You just got used to his name and then nothing. Ray G. Bangarang juice. That's a Robin Williams thing. I had just two of us that know. First time chatter, long time listener that respects Gen X because I have felt more of a part of that movement than the millennial crap. Throwing it in from Chicago. My man, Ray G, if you were born on the wrong side of the date line, pick up all your gear and walk across and stand on our side. You're welcome over here, and you know that's true. Screw Plan Playbook. I can relate to that. My birthday's on the 24th of December. This is for your birthday and Christmas. Yep. Told you, it's not a strange thing, man. We all are a small kindred spirit in December birthdays. The Stone Blockhead, my daughter was born on Christmas Eve, but I never give her presents with Happy Birthday and Merry Christmas on them. She gets separate party from Christmas too. Good for you. Parenting, you're doing it right. All right. Wayne Sweeney, I love all your videos. I feel the same way you do about life issues. Keep pushing. I will until they tell me not to, until they pull us down, which they've done a couple times. I think the next one's right around the corner. They're changing the rules. The goalposts are moving again as far as social media. Now we'll see where we fall in. Concerned Canadian, I talked to you already. Greetings from Northern Ontario, and I even said it's really cold up there. All right. Can we get back to my stuff now? Yeah, I had some of my stuff down. I wrote out some Book of Lies. I had some pictures for you. I had some conversations. We've talked about over here, a little bit about over there. Yeah, I'm spreading it around, doing my job. It's your guys' job to answer. I don't know what's going on in your part of the world. You got to tell me. I'm posing it as a question. You guys can look out the front door and see what's really going on. Don't make me look at the BBC and stuff, all right? Where were we? All righty. All right, so I thought this was funny. Peru boots the president over attempt to dissolve Congress. I read the article. The dude was mad. The president was like, okay, no more Congress, no more anything, just me. I'm just me. And then they're like, okay, fuck, dude, this isn't the way this works. Get the fuck out. And he's like, whoa. What? I don't understand any of this. You really? Why do people do this? Really, these leaders that take over as dictatorships and run shit, and they try to fuck up the entire system, like dissolve things and move big chess pieces around the board. Then they're upset. They're like, they look at the camera like, well, what did I do? What did I do? What's going on? I don't know, man. I don't even remember the dude's name, but if you're the dude who got kicked out in Peru and you don't understand what happened, give me a call. I can explain it to you in simple terms. You'll get it when I'm done. I promise you. All right. This one, I really, really want to know if this is just an American problem or if this is a world problem, and I'll describe it to you. Walmart CEO warns of crime wave's impact on retail. Reports show how thieves brazenly rip off stores. All right. I'm sure you guys have seen this hundreds of times from every big city in my country. And you probably don't understand why it's happening. But I'll tell you, number one, they have tried so hard. Very, very rich people have tried for a lot of years now to financially back elections that put people in charge of cities that do not prosecute. Attorney generals, city attorney, state attorneys that do not prosecute. They let a lot of it go. That's one. Criminals, very clearly, and the criminals have said over and over and over on camera, you're not going to punish us. Even if you arrest us and haul us into court, you're going to let us go. Then California, what was it, like 4 years ago, California passed some stupid rule that if you stole, it was either $950 or $750. I want to say it was $950, but I have to look that up. I'm thinking off the cuff here. If you stole under a certain dollar amount, you are not going to be prosecuted. It would be like, we're going to write you a ticket and let you go. So every person, they started running into stores in groups of 7 and 8 and stealing just up to that limit so that even if they got caught, they weren't in trouble. Some retailers started charging $1,000 for a T-shirt. That was what was on there. So if you stole my T-shirt, it's a $1,000 shirt, you're going to jail. Now, at the cash register, they would offer you a coupon that would bring it down to a $25 shirt. But if you didn't go through the register, you didn't use the coupon, you were stealing a $1,000 shirt. Well, none of those things worked because they know they're not going to get prosecuted. And here's the biggest one. This has been around in my country for a long time. Store employees are not allowed to interfere with robberies. Now, they can confront you, and there's rules if you're in the store. They can confront you, they can stop you, they can detain you, but even that has its limits. You can't, you're not really supposed to tackle somebody. You're supposed to just let them go. Let them go, let them go. Doesn't matter if it's a jewelry store, whether it's a Walmart, let them go. This is in America. Now, I don't know what it's like around the world, but I'm asking. This is what it's like over here. So you have employees that are trained, let them go. You have cops that are trained to, just catch them if you want to. Don't go out of your way. And you have prosecutors who aren't going to prosecute. You have judges who aren't going to put them in jail. And everybody wonders why the problem's getting worse. And criminals are becoming more brazen. Why not? They put on their hoodies and their little masks and they run in the store. You can't tell, the only thing you tell is how tall they are. Could be a boy, could be a girl, could be black, could be white. You don't know. So there's not even any follow-up with security cameras. The only thing, and this will probably get me in trouble for inciting, I'll probably be a January 6th conspirator by now, by the time I'm done. The only thing that I see changing things in my country is when citizens, customers, see bad customers stealing, that good customers do something about it. I've done that 2 times in my life where I've interceded in someone stealing something and stood at the door and said, I don't work here. I'm not going to get fired. I don't work here. So this is just you private citizen stealing and me private citizen stopping you. That's twice. Both times I was told to leave the store afterwards for helping. Both times. We can't condone that sort of activity. Fuck you, I'm helping you. Nah, we'd rather you not help. Okay. But in my humble opinion, in my country, in America, until good citizens stop bad citizens with their rights to step in and intervene and just stand up for what's right and do something about it, I don't think this problem is going to go away. What's bad is there's even been drugstores, Walgreens and Rite Aids. There have been small drugstores in cities that have closed up. I mean, a lot They just close up the business and say, well, it's not going to, you're going to rob this. We'll just close this one down. And then people in the community are out. They don't have a local store to go to. Now it's harder for them to get medicine. Now it's harder for them to go get the thing. They have to drive further, take the bus further, walk further. Why? Because other people in their neighborhood fucked it up. I don't know what it's like where you guys are at, but that's what I want to know. I'm kind of interested to know how you guys feel about that. What goes on? Does this happen in Germany? Does it happen in London? Does this happen in Rome? I mean, are we the only... We're pretty stupid about this, the way we handle it. We're pretty fucking dumb. In fact, I got to put Americans at the bottom of the fucking ladder with this shit. Just saying. And I don't know. Maybe we're not. But, in my dumb mind, if this kind of shit happened in Russia, somebody fucking get the shit kicked out of them. And not that there's not crime, not that there's not petty theft and stuff in Russia, but it just seems like there's not a big wave of this. Or somebody was standing there with a gun going, don't fucking do this. I'm just saying, it's just my imagination running wild. But it seems like we put up with a lot of stupid shit, and I get angry every time I see it. Every time I see a video of 10 people in a jewelry store smashing and grabbing, and they're all running out through this one little narrow door. All I can think of during that video is I want to stand there with 2 fucking baseball bats. I want to stand there and go, you're not going to do this. You're not going to behave this way. You're not going to. And if you think you are, then we're going to talk about this right here in the doorway. I'm sorry. And if there's 10 of them, I'll probably get my ass kicked. I still do it. I'm not Superman, but I feel like I'm right. I don't know. Just me. All right, let me scroll over here to the sheets, see if Gen X Mom, who is also working the sheets wonderfully today, let's see if she has anything for me in here in respect to the topics that I've brought up. We'll find out. Deepak, remember for 6 months, that's crazy. Encourage shoplifting. Here in Ireland, if you rich, no problem. If you poor, they throw the book at you. Yeah, we have that hypocrisy, that double standard in America too. And what's funny is in my country, it's simple. Anytime someone tells you there's no double standard and there's no double standard, there is the equal under the law. Anybody who says that is a fucked up, lying piece of shit individual. Just remember that. From around the world, anytime someone's on TV, Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal, if anyone says there's no double standards, it's equal under the law in America. The person talking is spewing fucking lies. All right? Just they know better. It's not like they're dumb. It's not like they're going to turn around when they go, oh, is that there really was some hypocrisy around? I didn't know. I didn't know that. I was on camera last year and I was saying that there was no hypocrisy. And there was? There really was? And I was wrong? Bullshit. They know. Every fucking one of them knows. Do you hear it anywhere in the world? You hear that shit? Remember their name and their face. They're fucking liars. All right. Adrian Carter in Great Britain, UK, it's called citizen's arrest. Yeah, we have that too, but there's some weird rules to that. In other words, I know one of the digs is if I would have citizens arrested somebody and tackled them, if the store didn't back me up on the prosecution, then it's an unlawful detainment. I mean, you see how the tables get turned really quick. If Adrian's right, if citizens would stand up and the businesses would back us up when we do, we'd be better off. K-Riff, unless it's a felony, it's against the law to hold someone against their will. Yeah, he's right. That touches a little bit on what I just said. It crosses a line there. That's true. He is right. Damien Rudiger. In Saudi Arabia, they still cut your hands off. Now, I'm not saying I want to start cutting people's hands off, but maybe there's a lesson to be learned there somewhere. John the Revelator, Home Depot, jumped my ass for stopping a guy for stealing 5 drills. Yeah, I don't. I'm on your side on that, John. I don't get that shit. Robin Johnson says, I am from the UK, born in 1977. I or my friends the same age would never speak to our kids the way you do. You named yourself Gen X. Do you think your attitude is representative of the majority of Gen X? I don't know. I'm going to read that again. Robin Johnson. This is not an uncommon thing for me to have to deal with. I am from the UK, born in 1977. I or my friends the same age would never speak to our kids the way you do. Hooray for you. You named yourself Gen X. No, I most certainly did not. I did not name myself Gen X. The kid calls me Gen X dad as a point of reference to his videos. Okay. And if you're smart, this is right here. This is where everybody gets fucked up sideways. So, Robin Johnson, I'm glad you're here. It is my privilege to correct you and put you back on track. It's okay. Don't feel bad. Happens all the time. Lots of people fall into this trap. You're not alone. Let me go on. You named yourself Gen X. Do you think your attitudes are representative of the majority of Gen X? Do you understand? Do you listen to the kid's intro to his stupid, shitty ambush videos? Remember what they say? Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? I know. I'll slow down for you, Robin. In case you're listening slow, I'll speak slow. Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Now, if you're hungover, that's going to sound just about right because it is Monday morning. Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? One Gen X thinks. One. What a single Gen X thinks. Do you ever wonder what... He could make it a longer intro, I guess. Do you ever wonder what one single, lonely, big, fat, white, retired mechanic who was born in 1967 thinks? Would that clarify it for you? Would that help you out, buddy? Would that make it where can your brain catch up to that? Or can he just continue saying, do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? And now you're up to speed. You're welcome. You're welcome, Robin. And Denmark. Moving on. Damian Rudgear, correct pronunciation of my last name. I'm impressed. Hey, I got it. I guessed a little bit, Damian, there. I didn't want to fuck it up. I wanted to give you the respect, but thanks, man. Loud one. Shoot them. They won't steal again. Loud one's got the attitude. There's so many people that have that same attitude over stuff, but there's weak arguments that people make for solving these problems. And just say the stealing problem. Right? Let's just say on the stealing problem, if you say, all right, if a citizen stops them and the store backs them up and they prosecute and go to jail, we're on the right path. Now, we all know we're on the right path. It shouldn't have come to this, but since we're here, good citizens standing up against bad citizens, the police arrive and the store supports the good citizen. That would be a step in the right direction, and it would begin to work. That's other than what's going on now is bad, and it's not working. So let's say that became a plan. Let's say that became a movement. Do you know what the entire Democratic liberal left in my country would say? Do you know what they'd say to that? Well, now you're just encouraging people for violence. This is going to get out of hand, those good citizens. And who's a good citizen? You're judgmental. The good citizens are going to start carrying bats and then knives and then guns. The whole thing's going to get out of hand, so stop doing it. No. If it begins to get out of hand, then you temper those guys down by putting them in jail. Yeah, you don't throw out a whole good idea to solve a problem that you fucking helped create by guessing what the future will hold. But that's what they do in my country. But then we got a bunch of fuck-ups on one side of the aisle that continually push back against progress and good things that we're trying to move forward on. They won't let you forget the things you've done wrong. They won't let you advance in a direction that's going to cure things. They like things in turmoil and divided, which is why every now and then, circling back to the whole thing, which is why every now and then someone stands up and goes, hey, man, you guys used to be fuck-ups, and we start the whole thing all over again. Robin Johnson, you were born in 67, even though I'm classified as Gen X born in 77. I think those 10 years make a big difference in attitudes. You could be right. I don't know. But it says you were born in 67, even though I'm classed as Gen X born in 77. Oh. So even though you're stuck with the label of Generation X, you think beyond Generation X, like you've evolved. Maybe you have. More power to you. I don't care. You got to understand, Robin Johnson, that after we're done with this live stream, I'm not going to ever remember your name ever. It's never even going to come up. All right. XYZ, let's talk about how dumb that trade was for Brittany Griner. I don't like it. I know there's the thing that gets thrown up in my face, so I finally quit talking about it, was her parents said they're okay. The parents of the Marine who is being held, they're okay with the trade, so I should be too. Well, I'm not. Because this girl who's now back is going to still protest the flag, protest the anthem, protest the country that saved her ass. If that doesn't paint a perfect picture of a section of my country, nothing will. Nothing will. A country that saves your ass and you spit on it when you get back. Great. Used to be when something like that happened, as soon as you got off the airplane, you ran down the stairs and you kissed the ground when you got home. Not anymore. All right. NZ flashed. In New Zealand, we have the same issues with double standards, just not the scale. People don't fear the police. Gun violence in the community outside of gangs is very rare. Sentences are very low. I'm glad if you have the same thing going on, the hypocrisy in New Zealand, then I'm sorry. I'm very thankful that you're telling me it's still on a very low scale. I remember those days. I never thought I would long for those days. I thought it was really fucked up back then. I had no idea the magnitude of fucked upness that was coming in my future. Now I do. I'm glad you guys are way behind on that front. I couldn't be happier. Josh Maddox, member for 9 months, bottom of the glass nation. Hello, General. Hello, nation. I'm stuck behind the pharmacy counter right now. I love you all. Can't wait to see and hear you in the best bar ever. Josh, did you not see the intro? Are you just arriving right now, Josh? We made a brand new intro, 6 minutes long. There is a 5-second scene twice, just for you. Yeah, with your name on it. Way to go, Josh. Way to disappoint me. Good job, buddy. Dwight Grant, as an employee, we are not allowed to stop shoppers. They say we cannot be replaced until they want to fire you. Dwight's right. You know, they say don't stop a shoplifter. Okay? We can replace the things they're stealing, but we can't replace you. You're more valuable. Don't stop a shoplifter. Let him go. We can't replace you. By the way, you're fired. Turns out we can replace you. All right. Deepak. I wasn't even imitating somebody. That was just a generic manager voice. Deepak, member for 6 months. What about all the American in jail for using marijuana? Yeah, that stems back to so many before my time, even when they talked about marijuana. They pounded into everybody that marijuana was like a psychedelic drug that would make you go off the reservation, murder people, and strip down naked and run through the streets screaming. They made it out to where a certain type of person. Well, there was advertisements that said only black people smoke weed, only homosexuals smoke weed, and meanwhile the guys doing it are just white guys smoking weed, drawing these ads out. It was all bullshit. It was all a lie. And that was a huge issue because that type of stereotype got pounded into everybody, and the laws were written in accordance with that, and some of the laws are still standing. It's like, I believe we should make some adjustments there. I believe that marijuana is less of a problem than alcohol. I'm not saying to get rid of either one. I'm just, if you're going to bring it out, it's like, wait a second. I can walk down the street with, a 3 kegs of beer on a big dolly, but if I had, that much on a dolly filled up with weed, I'd go to jail. I'm just telling you that I think there's more of a problem with alcohol than weed. I've never met anybody that was smoking weed and wanted to fight me. I guess that's where I'm going with that. So the stereotypes turned into laws, and the laws are still in the books. I think we could clean up a lot of that. I really do. But that's an intricate thing, and I'm not in charge of shit. So, yeah, good point though. Very good point. All right, Thin Blue Line Soldier, $5. Been watching your short videos lately. I was born in 1972. Just turned 50. Thank you for keeping God, morals, country alive. God bless you and your family. Thin Blue Line Soldier. That is a name that I will not forget. That is a name that I will look forward to coming back on the program, just so you know. Whether he does or not, I'm just saying that's something that sticks with you. Everybody should remember that. Thin Blue Line Soldier. Josh Maddox, member for 6 months. Thank you, General. I apologize. No, Josh, that apology time's over, buddy. You actually have to see the thing and go, hey, they made something for me. Sorry about this, because you can't go watch it unless you rewind the whole thing. This is Josh. Josh, my feelings are hurt right now. And I think you're obligated to send me something for my birthday. And now that I found out you're behind a pharmaceutical counter, it wouldn't hurt me if you had some, free samples from work, like they do at Costco. When you walk around Costco and they give you free chocolates, go try our chocolates. And they got, free burritos, go try our burritos. Whatever you guys put out on your tray at Costco, at the pharmacy, behind the counter, I'm all right with that. The free samples are good. Oh, there's some asshole out there. Did you hear that? He's asking for illegal he's condoning someone stealing drugs from work and mailing to him. That's what some assholes out there saying right now. Yeah. Well, just so you know, you can go fuck yourself. That's not what I'm saying. CPOT. I've been watching you guys for a while now, and I just love everything you guys do. Keep it up. Always look forward to new videos. CPOT. We're trying to get rid of those videos. Jason Albanese, Gen X Talks. I'm a Gen Xer, and how do we stay away from the stupidity of young millennials and Gen Z? I've learned we can't, but we do not have to embrace them. There are a lot of idiot millennials that are now realizing their life didn't turn out the way they were promised. They listened to every teacher. They listened to every guidance counselor. They listened to every social media platform, and now they're 30 years old going, okay, this sucks. This is not the way it's supposed to be. I think, to answer your question correctly, Jason, sit on the sidelines like I do. Put a chair out on your front porch and enjoy the shit show as it goes by. And every now and then raise a glass and go, I fucking told you. I told you it's going to turn out this way. You didn't listen. Yeah. No, you go ahead and be you, man. Have a good time. That's how we do it. Eventually, they'll come walking up the driveway going, all right, how do I fucking fix this? Oh, now you need me. Now you need Generation X. Now you do? Now. Not before, when we were trying to tell you and guide you through life without interference from everybody on the planet. Now you need us. You sure you don't want to run to your social media platform and cry a little more? Or are you really here? That's how it's going to work. That's my opinion. What do I know? Just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I don't know shit. Carl Giraud, $9.99. I hope I said that name right. Retired disabled Leo. You get me through the day. Love the family. Member almost a month. Thank you. Appreciate that, Carl. Carl, if anything we do around here brings a slight smile to your face, then fuck it. We did good. Michael Roder, member for 6 months. He remembers me, then ignores me. Yeah, I'm trying my hardest to ignore Michael. The more you ignore Michael Roder, the more he stands up and goes, I'm right here. See me, worship me, say hello. And then when you don't, Michael goes, God damn, he doesn't ever say shit to me. Fuck it. It's a big circle. All right, look. I'm out of time, and I didn't get to any of the shit I was supposed to. I was supposed to tell you about the Discord server, because the Discord server is just a bunch of chat rooms. That's where we hang out between shows. We go to the Discord server, and there's a bunch of chat rooms, a bunch of topics. We're all in there, and pictures and videos and live chat and text chat. It's a lot of fun. It's free. Just go do it. So I was supposed to tell you about Patreon, but look, if you guys don't want to miss an episode of anything we're doing anywhere on our live streams, when we're doing live on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, and you want some behind the scenes info, some pictures, some stories, some stuff, you got to go to Patreon. It's $1. That means, do you understand it's $1 a month? That means it's $12 a year. Okay. Excuse me. And if you go there, then I make sure that we send you an email. Hey, we're going live on YouTube, because sometimes YouTube doesn't tell you. Hey, we're going live on Facebook. Sometimes Facebook doesn't tell you. It lets you know what's going on. And plus, it gives you some behind the scenes stuff that nobody else gets to see. YouTube members, if you join, you get a ton of that stuff too. A ton. But what we can't do is we can't email YouTube members. So see, there's a lot of people have both. I found a lot of people just do both. They spend $1 here and $1 there. They don't miss anything. I think that's important. So listen, I do got to go. I got to run. My hour is done. And now I have to get into the real world and trek myself around town, because Gen X Mom has my happy ass with a list of 2 do's, 2 goes, drive me around. And in the middle of it, she'll say, buy me lunch and take me home, then leave me alone, which I will do, because I'm very compliant. I really am. Listen, I got to go. I got to find my thing over here. Did I find it? There it is. Anyone. It even says end right on the button, so I know what to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your input today. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. If you're going to waste an hour of your day, what better place to waste it than with Gen X Talks? And I promise you one thing. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.